Hello and welcome back to another Red Springer video. We have build 42.14, the newest unstable branch of Project Zomboid. I'm not going to go through how you enter the beta. You can find that in a lot of other videos. I kind of just want to discuss the changes and discuss my thoughts on them and if I think they're good or bad for the game. First, and if I personally like them or not. Players can sit on significantly more seats now, including hay bales and toilets. That's cool. That's kind of neat. I mean, I hope the updated sitting is decent, because I do think the sitting can get a little goofy, but come on, sitting on a toilet's pretty funny. It's good for role-playing too, and there's a lot of Project Zomboid role-playing servers. Added dental floss as a thread equivalent. That's cute. I mean, I guess that's kind of realistic, right? Like, dental floss is pretty strong. It could work as thread. It is nice to have another, like, thing to use instead of thread, right? It can also be used for fishing line. So based on fishing line can also now be used for crafts. Okay, they messed that one up. Can also now be used for crafts, patching, and stitching alongside thread. Premium fishing line can be used for the previous usages as well as being used for crafts that require sinew thread or aramid thread. I do not know how to say that. Game option. Ooh, no, this is huge. This is the best change. This is the greatest change. Resume normal speed when timed actions complete. Thank God. So, especially as a speedrunner, I have to use that feature all the time because we need to speed up, right? But we don't want to speed up and just be wasting time. So, and I have to switch between build 41 and build 40 or whatever the unstable version is, right? I have to just back and forth. And it takes like 20 minutes, which is crazy to me. But two, it resets all of my settings. So I have to always try to remember to set that. That is a fantastic change. And also I think it's a good change, especially for new players who don't even know that is a setting that exists, right? So they can actually now go ahead and not even have to worry about it. They may never even need to know it's there. Disabled motion sickness trait pending health balance overhaul. What a welcome change. Motion sickness was miserable. A lot of new players would get trapped by it and they would have issues with their health and so on, right? This is a great change. I'm happy they did it. And I hate motion sickness. I hope it never comes back. Kind of like Lucky. I hope Lucky, they're just gone. They were weird and buggy and didn't work half the time. Added guns to display counters. They should always have been there. I mean, it's a good fix, right? Good. It's a good thing to do, but they should have always been there. Taillights now provide illumination. Hey, that's sick. That's great. Now, did they fix headlights? We'll see. I only briefly scanned. I haven't read all the patch notes yet. So there might be a few things I'm not going to read the entire patch notes to you. So I'm just going to give a brief overview. This is the most important stuff. I hope they fix headlights. Headlights are still very weak. Actually, a flashlight is significantly stronger than headlights. Don't even use headlights. Just get in your car, hit F, turn on your flashlight, and it will be so much brighter than the headlights. Added agro worker, camp worker, and hunter storage rooms to distributions. Okay, that's cute. That's good loot. I mean, yeah, loot is loot. New item icons. Ooh, I'm excited to see those. Change the display names of some firearm items. That means nothing. Updated logos, nothing. Okay. Multiplayer fixes. This is obviously probably the most important stuff for Zomboid in general. Fixed melee attacks passing through zombies. That's a good one. That's a really good fix, right? That was a huge issue. And actually, that's gotten me killed before. And so I'm glad they fixed that. Fixed being able to add more items in the character's capacity allows. No, they fixed the infinite gasoline bug that I made my YouTube short about. No, they fixed it. That was a really good YouTube short. You should watch my YouTube shorts and subscribe and like if you like this video, by the way. Thank you. Oh, I'm so sad they fixed that bug. Fix error and lags caused by composters. Hey, anything that fixes lag is A-okay in my book. Fix player bump player option resulting in players freeze when enabled on server. Oh, I remember that bug. Okay. Oh, this is a huge bug fix. Fixed gun magazines disappearing after reloading. Wow, they really need to proofread this. Disappearing after reloading. This was an awful bug, and I'm glad to see it fixed. Fixed auto drink bug. That's a super old bug, right? That's a really old bug, right? That was like the rad race people were having problems with that bug. This is like super long time ago. They finally fixed it. Fixed rename containers. Okay, cool. Fixed priest zombies spawning at the prison. What a weird fix. That's a weird fix. Also, there definitely might be priests at the prison. That is not that insane, you know? Okay, fix siphon gasoline, consuming gasoline from the tank, but does not add anything to small containers. You know, they say they fixed this, but earlier today I was watching a streamer friend of mine, Barry_Beautiful_Man. I'll put his YouTube in the description, and he was having this weird bug where every time he filled up from a gas pump using a gas can or a bottle, it was emptying the entire pump. So definitely keep an eye on multiplayer servers for that. That does seem to be a problem. Fixed exceptions on server side. Okay, cool. This is admin stuff. Wait, fixed being unable to throw on the ground stack of items while in the vehicle. That is a confusing thing to say. Were we ever able to throw things on the ground in a vehicle? Was that a thing ever? Am I tripping here? I might be tripping here. Though I think it should be a thing if you open the window. I think you should be able to interact with a lot more stuff outside car windows. I hope we get to see that. Let's see. Fixed passenger leaving a vehicle through the driver's door. Oh, okay, that's just a desync. Fixed animal extra values cheat not being auto-disabled in multiplayer game. Oh, man, I like my cheat. I like using the animal cheat. Sad. Fix the bug where patched holes reappear. Oh, yep. Fix skill books that are too complicated for your current skill level are read and finished instantly. Is that a problem? Fix microwaves bit catching fire when cooking metal objects. Bit? What does that mean? Bit catching fire. Does it mean, what does that mean? Does it mean, did they mean not? It looks like they meant not and typed, because that's like next to each other on the keyboard, right? Yeah, I think that means not catching fire. That actually was a problem. I noticed that, right? I was trying to use a microwave in single player. So it's also a single player issue. And yeah, microwaves were not working at all. Fix errors caused by composters. Dude, composters are like destroying multiplayer servers. I wonder if they ever fix fishing. I never saw the poisonous mushrooms. See, fix poisonous mushrooms becoming ordinary after being picked. I never saw this bug. Was this a big bug? Consolidate all for MP. I don't know what that means. Oh, wait. Is that... I do not know what this means. I thought I might, but I don't. Fix corpse sickness in MP. Okay, that's good news. Fix body heat generation staying at the same value. Yes, I did notice that you were like... Your body heat was really weird. Fix being unable to interact with the hutch during the first visit. I don't really do anything with animals. Okay, this is a huge one. Fix the applied bandages disappearing from the character model after relogging. This was such an annoying bug. And it was so hard to know, like, am I bandaged? Am I not bandaged? Am I healing? I hope they fixed the healing a little bit. Healing is really slow in multiplayer. No, this is an interesting one. Fixed exercising with barbells quickly exhausts the player completely and provides an exceptional amount of XP. Now, that's interesting. I knew about this bug. I'm hoping they did not fix the other fitness and strength bug where you can do infinite exercise. I hope that one is still there. Oh, this is actually super cool they did this. Fix campfire illumination range doesn't correlate to remaining campfire fuel. Well, they really messed up a lot of the English here. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. But yeah, okay, that's super cool that it actually will change based on the fuel. I like that. Fix put chicken in hutch action creates a chicken duplicate. No, they fixed the chicken dupe. No, not my chicken dupe. Not my infinite chickens. No. Chickens are so overpowered. Oh, yeah, this is cool. The animal zone window, I like that. Fix not being able to remove foods with replace on cooked after being cooked. I don't know what that means. I guess something about the like storing food in inventory or something, right? Fine. Oh, fix player state where player couldn't get into the vehicle. Thank God, that was one of the most annoying bugs ever. The only way to fix it was to like use the vehicle menu outside and hit Z and then go into the passenger seat, cross over to the driver's seat, and then leave. Like, literally, that was the only way I could do it. It was awful. It was just awful. Fix coffee machines and toasters in MP. Okay, what does that mean? Were they just not working, or were they breaking something? This is a huge bug that a lot of server admins, I tell you right now, this is a huge fix. Server admins are going to love this. Fix some houses that cannot be claimed as safe houses that contain the following room definitions: dining room, sewing room, office, and empty outside. Yes, server admins were basically constantly having to give people safe houses, and it was super frustrating for them. It was super frustrating for the players, and they were trying to claim perfectly normal places. But then you can still claim like the gas station, bro. You can still claim the entire gas station. So it's like, I don't know, like you guys couldn't fix this issue, but we've had Build 41 multiplayer gas station safe houses literally for like 5 years, and no one's been able to fix it. It's crazy. Okay, fix unhappiness value not affecting the duration of actions in MP. Ah, come on, that was a nice. I like that. I like that bug. Now I gotta worry about being happy again. Oh wait, that's really easy. It's called alcohol. Viewer of mine told me this trick. Mix about 5, maybe 10% alcohol into your water bottle. You won't get tired from it, but it'll fix all your happiness and stress and pain. It's fantastic. Let's see. Fix car trailers that spawn midair. That's awesome. Fix character's core temperature value not changing when near a campfire. Yes, this is a big deal. A lot of people were doing those wild man runs, right? Wilderness man runs, where you start with nothing. A couple of my big streamer friends were doing that. They were having issues with heat because of the campfire problem. Fix milk quantity bug when operating the butter churn. Dude, literally, liquids are completely broken. Okay. Wait, fixed fish disappearance when canceling catching animation. I didn't know that was a thing. Fixed time actions. Okay. Eating with an equip. Well, that's actually good. Oh, that's so good. That's the problem, right? Or sometimes your character gets in a loop, or I kind of zoned out on that one for a second. Yeah, that is such a big change. It also means that the bars, right? The bars we used to see how long something's going to take should be working properly now, right? I like that. Applying bandages / removing bandages. Try queuing action just does one at a time. Okay, that's cool. Smoking. Wait, it just says smoking. It literally says fixes smoking. That's it. Just refuses to elaborate. Oh my god. It makes stew / soup out of inventory. Fantastic. I really hope they fix this cooking stuff, because cooking was getting really frustrating, right? You'd have to like add every ingredient twice. You're having to like put everything in your inventory first. It was a mess. Oh, they fixed some UI stuff and also have another typo. Man, you guys really rushed these patch notes out, little bro. Right menu click in, I'm just called RMC. Inventory menu now displays appropriate available crafting shortcuts when all crafting requirements met. That is a massive change. RMC inventory craft shortcut searches for all available crafting recipes using item replaces show craft recipes used in. Searches for item instead of string name for cleaner return results. That's a great change. I love that change. Okay, this is really good. So you're gonna be able to right click and craft, and you're gonna be able to right click and like do how the game used to work, right? I'm so glad they brought back the crafting context menu. It's so important for new players as well. Okay, Barracuda build shortcut added to the tile window and door. That's fantastic. That is such a nice change. It was so annoying to barricade. Right menu click. Oh, sorry. RMC inventory and tile actions reordered and consolidated for priority actions. Very good. There's a lot of things that are just not that useful. RMC tile menus displays appropriate interaction icon. I am super happy with these right menu click changes. I was so frustrated by the crafting and the building menus. They were awful. And it's actually really easy to get zombie bite while you're digging through it. By the way, did you know you could pause while you're in that menu? It's very nice. Let's see. When multiple inventory items are selected that can be read, you can read all. What? You can do a mass read. Oh my god, that's sick. Dude, that's perfect AFK. You want to AFK for like 15 minutes? You don't want to log off the server. You know you're safe. Just throw a bunch of books in your inventory and read all. Oh my god, this is the best change I have seen in Zomboid and Build 42 so far. Okay, I'm so happy. Added wash vehicle to the vehicle radio menu. Obviously where it should be, right? Okay. Updated the media info panel to be a bit more easy to use when you check the back of a VHS cover, for example. Okay, awesome. Honestly, I gotta say, IndieStone kind of cooked with this one, y'all. They really cooked with this update. Oh my god. Okay, there's a lot of sound changes, which I'm not gonna read through the sound changes. Like, that is not those are just sound fixes. They're not that interesting, and I don't really have any good thoughts about them. Increase how quickly dragged zombies are dropped. I guess that's a good thing. I don't really drag zombies. I don't bury zombies. I just let the corpses rot at my house. Reduce the weight of skeleton corpses, and obviously, see, this is positive realism. I love to see it. Consolidated dismantle TV/radio into one single recipe. Okay, cool. Yeah, sure. I like that. Fine-tuning vehicle hit mechanics in single player and multiplayer for regular and ragdoll zombies. Should fix most of the odd bugs with vehicles versus regular/ragdoll zombies. I guess that's good. Vehicle damage is now handled correctly in multiplayer and single player. That actually should be a really good change. Vehicles were getting way too damaged way too easily. Corpses now dragged in correct direction. Yes, let's go. Made cardboard boxes breakable like mailboxes when player drives over them. Okay. Can't really complain about that. Wait, does that mean we can make some really cool edits in Zomboid with like massive cardboard box walls? Rename disinfectant type alcohol to rubbing alcohol. Cool, okay. I guess that's less confusing for players. Toilet paper and tissue are now fully consumed when used as fire fill. Aw, that's sad. I was liking that. I liked that bug. Change discomfort to increase stress, not unhappiness. That is a much better change. That's actually a massive change. Unhappiness was a really big problem. No, so was stress. Stress is a very big problem in Build 42, but at least there are ways to deal with stress, okay? Removed recipes and items related to craft recipe of glazing pottery, okay? Wait, a new custom percentage of door opening zombies can be set in sandbox settings. That's interesting. I'm not too worried about that. Cognition must be set to random and not navigate and use doors for this. Trifurcated literature loot setting. Oh, okay. I didn't even know trifurcated was a word. I'm not that intelligent. Setting into skill books, recipe resources, and other literature options. Maybe this will actually stop that issue where your bookstore is entirely just junk literature, right? Or other literature. Maybe we can actually get stuff to be a little more balanced loot-wise. I would be really happy to see that. I hate trying to find skill books in Build 42 right now. Animals flee from vehicles from a further distance. Sure. What? Consuming nicotine will reduce the character's hunger level. I have been saying they need this change for like 3 years. For real, I've been talking about this for like 3 years. They have to. It's very well known that smoking reduces your hunger, right? It isn't gonna, you're still gonna have calories, right? But that's such a good change. Characters will now sharpen a held sharpenable item when trying to rotate placed items. Wait. Characters will not sharpen a held sharpenable item when trying to rotate placed items. So that's good. The stone wall, stone door frame, and stone window frame tiles now use stone blocks and not stones to construct. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, sure. Wait. What is this? Characters with the deaf trait will not accumulate stress from sounds such as zombies banging on fences. Again, this is Positive realism. This is what we needed in Zomboid. Characters with an encumbrance moodle in a vehicle will accumulate discomfort scaling with the severity of the moodle. Oh, were we not getting discomfort while we were in a car? Oh, I didn't even know that. Discomfort and comfort have been so broken that pretty much all the multiplayer servers I play on do not even have it enabled. So like I'm not really familiar with the bugs with the comfort system. If anyone can please elaborate and let me know in the comments, I appreciate that. Let's see what we got. Multiple seed packets when selected can be read in sequence. Oh, that's just like the literature change. Okay, great. Added any surface craft to the right mouse click inventory menu with the normal craft one. Okay, that's cool. Wait, look at this. Look at this. Can now do concurrent actions when opening and closing a window, same as doors, as in build 41. Let's go. We can actually do things while opening doors again. Hell yeah. Wait, okay, this is the zombie skeletons change. Bellows can't be removed from the forge anymore. Interesting. Bellows are actually pretty hard to make. More counters now have container properties. That's great. That's fantastic. Remove the fluid container component from the vehicle gas tanks. I wonder why. Was it just causing bugs? Ammunition rebalance. Okay, so they did a bunch of changes to ammunition. So they made a lot of changes to guns. The only two I really want to talk about that I think are critically important is that they basically removed 223 pretty much from the game, and all of it's now become 556. So now we're going to be able to get 556 much easier. The second change is that the JS 2000 shotgun now has one extra capacity, which is I believe how it was in build 41. I think they just made a bug in build 42 with that. That's fantastic. Replace references to bullets and recipe text strings to rounds. That's great. I like that. Wait. Oh, this is cool. Adjusted the weights of relevant ammunition card items to be consistent with changes to ammunition box weights. That's a good change. I like that. There's a lot of fixes. I'm going to basically just cut and read off the ones that I think are super important to talk about. Fixed bug with max bag and trunk capacity locked at 100. That's so sad. That stops my issue where I'll have my character carrying like 700 encumbrance worth of items. Aw, that's sad. Fixed not being able to grab corpses from small rooms. Oh, that must have been like an animation bug, right? Fix undesired loot spawning when loot settings are set to none. That's good for people who like those kind of things, right? Fix premium fishing line only consolidating to a maximum 90%. That's just a good fix, right? It's going to help with our inventory management as well. This is a huge one. Fix slow reader now excluding fast reader. Okay. Unfit excluding slow metabolism, and double clicking granted traits, updating the trait list even though no trait is removed. There was a lot of bugs with traits, and some traits being together with other traits that they shouldn't be together, like claustrophobic and agoraphobic were together for a long time. Fix not being able to dump paint buckets. Let's go. Fix an error where a character dies during build menu placement. Yes, this is why I tell people, do not get attached to build 42. Your character can just die randomly. Fix hydration pack when worn, not updating its status until it has been re-equipped. Oh, is that about the water situation? Okay, yeah, that did happen. Fix some vegetation farming and healthy tiles that have to be interacted with. I saw that bug. Yep, that bug is very annoying in multiplayer, where I had this like farming tiles that you could do nothing with and they look kind of ugly. Fix disassembling any electronics in the inventory gives less XP than placed ones. I could not tell you what was happening with that, but I knew it. That there was some weird issue with XP in build 42. A while back, I went to test this. I wanted to see if electrical had actually gotten easier in build 42, and I kept getting this inconsistency with certain items. This must have been what is causing it. Oh my god, that's such a good change. Reduce vehicle damage from small animals. Let's go. Those rabbits, those bullet rabbits, man, they were taking people out in the cars. Fix caffeine pills resetting fatigue to 0. Oh, come on. That was a nice bug. Fix candy cane pose when Zeds are killed by car. That one was funny. I like that one. Wait, no, they fixed the engine exploit. Fixed exploit where repair engine percent was calculated from all engine parts in backpacks, but only removed engine parts from main inventory. I loved that bug. That was my favorite bug. I am now very sad. Fixed items with item tag sharpenable that didn't have a sharpness value, allowing infinite sharpening to grind maintenance XP. That's sad. I like that. They're fixing all my glitches. They're fixing all my exploits. Fix characters that start with low weight tray will once again spawn at 70 instead of 80. Okay, that's good. Fix tutorial text now referring to rat instead of mouse. Wow, that's an old ass bug, bro. That's an insanely old bug. Okay. Fix some missing street names. That's a great change. I actually love the fact they added street names, and I love that they're on the map. They need to add that to the build42map.com. That would be amazing. It's so much easier to tell people where to go now. Just like, oh, take a right on this street onto this street. It's such a nice change. Fixed remove Removing a magazine with ammo in inventory causes character to reinsert magazine. Thank God. Guns were driving me crazy in build 42. Fix key binding modifier not working for the opening build menu. That's a great change. I wish they would add a bit more key bindings to Zomboid. I think we really need it. Fixed being able to use a non-existent bait in traps. That's sad. I like that bug too. Fixed game crashes after zombies attack an animal. Thank God. That's fantastic. The reason they needed to fix this is because it was destroying multiplayer servers, right? It was really, really bad. Fixed tortilla chips having fresh tag. That's such a good change for the players, yo. Tortilla chips definitely should not be fresh or rotten, you know? That was completely weird. Because none of the other chips are like that, right? Nah, this is a great change. I'm glad to see they're actually doing something to make the game better for players. Fixed enabling heater/AC in vehicles slightly reduced fuel consumption rate. I did not know that. I did not know that was an exploit. I wish I had. Fixed blurry save thumbnail when you're a short-sighted character with glasses. That's nice. Like, it's a game mechanic, right? I do dislike the game mechanic. I hope they make an option in the settings to turn it off, like an accessibility option for turning that off, because it makes my head hurt. All right, now that's all we're going to talk about for the game fixes. I'm sad to see some of my exploits go, but that's just how the world works. That is all I want to talk about today about the new build 42.14 update. I don't really do these patch notes updates videos very often, but I thought it'd be fun to read through it, share my thoughts, and see how you all felt about it. I hope you had fun. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like and subscribe. I appreciate it a lot. We are almost to 400, might even be 400 today, and that we're one step closer to 500. Hey, I appreciate y'all. Big love. Bring her out.